Hey, welcome everybody. This is another Coach Rivals Tier 1 night. I am Slipstream. I'm joined by Mather Blaster,
What's going on, everybody?
and we have Brad on production tonight. All right, so we're looking at two good Tier 1 games coming up. Our first game is going to be Team Eclipse versus Straight Outta Grompton. And what are we expecting to see in that first game here?
Well, looking at their lineup, um, I'm seeing Pathfinder trying to play his normal game and just find a nice, strong champ to shove his way around the map and put tons of pressure, making people decide what they want to do. But I'm also hoping Clown Viego um, over the, yeah, Clown Viego over there in the jungle kind of helps keep him in his place up there in top lane, and looking for a good battle between these two teams.
Yeah, should be pretty close. Should be good. Right now, I think Team Eclipse has a little bit of a higher win rate record, but it is definitely going to be a good contest either way here. And what we've seen from the past couple weeks is just like a serious bloodbath every time these tier one teams get together. I'm hoping we get let's say 30 kills at 20 minutes. That's my high bar for tonight because I think we've gotten at least 20 at 20 already.
Yeah, I don't think as long as it's both teams have 30 kills combined at 20 minutes, I'll be happy with that. But if it gets a little one-sided, that's not going to be fun for the other team.
Oh yeah, totally agree. All right. And then, of course, later this evening, we're going to have Bards of a Feather versus Let Us Win. So we'll get to that second match as well.
Yeah, that
Hey,
looks
it
like
was
it's
super fun. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
no. Go ahead.
It was super fun playing against you on one of the Monday night things. I was in top lane against you, I think, right?
Um, I think you were in top lane mostly. I was played
Okay.
probably the Nexus most of the time. That's
Oh,
if
okay.
that's knowing my skill level,
No, 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 no.
and
We had a good laning phase there. I remember you
I don't
catching me with just about every single E throughout. I got caught by that.
and I don't appreciate our production crew laughing at that in the background. I know you didn't hear it, but he snorted a little bit, and I think sprayed his computer with some water. But yeah, hey there, Lazella. I believe that's a is that a birthday in chat right now. Thank you for the love to both of us, and was that I think it's Coach Mustang right there celebrating
Yep.
a birthday either yesterday or today, one of the two.
Yep. Happy
Um,
birthday.
Yes, we are both dead sexy. Although I'm sporting the old school Coach Rivals because I am really hoping for some old school just trash talk battles today with some, especially in Game Two. Personally, I'm looking the most forward to Game Two. Game One, I think is going to be a great warm up for us tonight. Yeah, I'm hoping to be able to keep up between Alex and I, be able to keep up with the play by play and not get lost in just the excitement and the amazement of Tier One battles.
And tell me a little more about that good old fashioned trash talk coming up in game two. I heard there's something going on.
Well, it depends if not going to name any names, but it depends if somebody goes to the lane they're supposed to be in and not have to go follow and chase each other around. It's a rivalry as old as Coach Rivals, and if you ever play on some of our mixed flex nights and just random get-togethers, you hear it quite clearly every single night. So that's going to be between Let Us Win's English teacher and Birds of a Feather's Fixing Mantella. So if you're in our Coach Rivals Discord, if you're a coach across the country or former coach or just an esports teacher that is looking to support kids, you'll see a lot of the different things that have been said in the trash talk, and that just really makes for a wonderful evening of gameplay. It helps us with content and just the excitement of watching the games. But overall, looking forward to definitely two great matches this evening, and just enjoying the time spent together on a Thursday evening.
That's right. And friends kill friends. So it's going to
Yes.
be good fun later tonight.
Make sure you grab your bingo. It is now in chat. Thank you, Coach Rivals, for putting that up there. Grab your bingo card. We won't be helping you, but I promise you, the more action you see on the screen, the more cards, the more squares you're going to be able to fill it. So keep up with that.
That's right. I was able to win bingo last night. It was amazing. First game,
Congratulations.
first
What did
time.
you
I'm kind of
what
stoked.
what was your prize?
I don't know. I haven't checked in yet today. I've been kind of scrambling for get stuff done.
I gotcha. Yeah, don't forget that
Yep.
if you got Prime, the new stuff from Prime Gaming, with when it comes to League of Legends to come out. So make sure you do that. and this is for I've got my shortcut to last week's stats. I had to take it off the wall real quick. So if we miss any stats, make sure that you scan that real quick with your phone if you're watching it. That's going to be stats from last week's and highlights and stuff like that. I'll leave it there for a second. Excellent. There we go.
Alrighty, now onto these tier one stat leaders. We mentioned already for Team Eclipse, we have Pathfinder, who's been making a pretty big impact as a top laner. 70% kill participation, 39% team damage. And we saw that come out Monday night too.
Yeah, absolutely. The key to Pathfinder's success on the top lane has been that kill percentage. I know a top lane is an island, but 70% of the kills don't come from top lane unless you're playing with me and against me. But with him, just his ability to be all over the map at any times. At any time, and either through TP or just with macro is pretty amazing. So look to him to be a key to their win condition tonight.
Yep. And if you were Dose's jungler, who's got an even higher kill percentage, even higher percentage team damage, would you camp top lane or would you go play strong side on bot and just kind of snowball that?
In all honesty, it's sometimes like if you take an analogy for like basketball, Jordan is going to score Jordan points. So you've got to find a chink in the armor somewhere else. It's nice to try to keep him in his place and slow him down a little bit. But I think camping top lane will. You still have to be everywhere, especially in tier one. If you tend to stick around in one place, I feel that the strength from the team and the win condition is just going to be move itself somewhere else. So I think still being everywhere, but making sure that keeping Pathfinder on his toes, keeping out of vision so you can't get called out, just popping up out of the bushes and being a little scary.
Yeah, and not camping top laner keeps Team Eclipse's mid and jungle from doing what they want to. So I guess probably won't see any camping going on, at least not top side.
But then again, when you have somebody that's like that, it's always nice to set them off a little early and maybe put them behind and give your top laner a chance to push a little bit. So that's why they're tier one. They come up with those strategies, and they're definitely going to enact them regardless of what the other team does. So it's good. It's going to be definitely a good match.
Yep. They've probably been theory crafting for days here already, just getting ready for it.
Yeah.
All right, looking to some of our other stats leaders. For game two, we're looking at both Sones and Jed for Bards of a Feather on mid and support, respectively. Some pretty high KDAs, amazing vision score coming out of that. And then, of course, Let Us Win's got Happily Zerg. So we basically have all four teams represented up here, which is kind of awesome.
Yeah, it definitely is. Early in the week, somebody definitely stands out. But after we played, I think it's 4 weeks now. You can just kind of see that the strength of each team. You, every team has an opportunity to win. It doesn't matter what your schedule's been. It doesn't matter what your win loss is. Every team has the opportunity to win, is playing as a team and executing very well.
And kudos to probably Coop that put the teams together. Is that right?
I'm not really sure
Okay,
about how the teams were put together,
my
but
bad. I,
definitely I think the talent being spread out, the way it's been, somebody's going to win, someone's going to lose, but man, these games have been great.
I was learning this season about what's my MMR and checking that out. I think it had something to do with the team balancing, which did really well. Yeah. All right, let's see what else we got for stats coming into this fourth week of play. All right, so most banned, not surprisingly, we've got Mordekaiser up at the top. That one has stomped a couple games. We've also got Viegar and we've got Viego. And is
Yeah,
Viego specifically targeting one of our junglers tonight?
it definitely. I think just the namesake for Will Win of um, correction site with Straight Out Compton with Clown Viego. You kind of set yourself up by putting your name in there. But
Yep.
I know at some time this season, I hope that the champs that people don't want to play against make their way into it. Maybe a blind pick finals or something like that would be interesting. Let everybody just come with their best comp and their best champs and stuff like that. But it's very reasonable to see why these champs are not being allowed through, because if you've played with any of the free nights and fun stuff, some of them in the right hands are just unstoppable.
Yep. I had a student about a year ago who played Don't Ban Zoe was their summoner name. They were a Zoe one trick. We had to talk about some strategy, some Sun Tzu's Art of War. We got that fixed eventually, but it was bad for a while.
Yeah, I don't have the money to change the name, like please let me play and all that type of stuff. But yeah, one of my players a couple of years ago played Morg and not Morg, excuse me, Mordekaiser. And whenever he got to play it, he was always angry at how well he did on it. Like he wanted a challenge, and he's like, "This champ is just stupid. Like I should not be able to do this good on it." So it definitely can be placed anywhere. Anywhere. I love a good Vigar cage to lock down, but I just don't see those three champs at tier one getting through at all because they know who's going to play them. The only way that they'll be played is if you use it as a pick ban. But I do
Got it.
love the fact that Thresh is even though it has a low pick rate of 37%, it has a good win rate. So sometimes it may not be the player, but it could be the champion is the win condition by what they bring. So it'll be interesting when we get to pick bands tonight, how they do. If we keep the same like we've done each week, or are we going to see some new champs jump out?
Yep, and it looks like last week too, Bards of a Feather was also banning the Viegar and the Viego against Straight Out of Grumpton. So two of those bans could be partly because of this upcoming team here.
Could be. I don't have those stats in front of me, so I'm gonna take your word on that and not try to make something up to go with it.
Yep. All right, how we doing on game time? Ready for picks and bans? Okay, couple minutes still. All right, cool. See what else we got stats wise here. We got a couple more. Okay, almost ready for draft. Here we go.
So, which
All
band do you
right.
think is going to be first? We've seen the
I think the
highest ones.
Mordekaiser is going to come out first.
Oh, poor thing.
And there it is. Yep.
Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. That's upsetting.
And then Tarek mid might harken back to Monday night where that stomped down mid lane with total impunity.
Yeah, Ivern coming out, everybody's friend. Ivern's
Yep.
such a polite and kind person. I don't know why they get rid of him so much.
And then the
Eco-friendly,
Senna
putting
targeting
grass
that Decker
everywhere.
guy.
Yep. All right, we got a Fizz ban and a new champ that nobody likes to play. I did notice that the bans came out early, or not as fast as they have in the past week. It looks like they grabbed a Drake Prime, pulled out a early Viego, keep it from getting banned. So, congrats on getting a champ through.
And I gotta think that Team Eclipse knew that was going to happen here with the bans they put in. They're clearly more scared of the Belveth than the Viego, or maybe have
Yeah,
a good
definitely.
counter pick.
Yeah, and plus, over there on Team Eclipse, they picked up Rammus, which is probably going to be their, I would assume their jungler,
Yeah.
and just being that little rolling ball of death. That's their League of Legends version of Sonic. Excited to see him spin in, almost a spin to win type of thing, and engage with his R and just knock everybody up, taunting. Be going to be interesting. We got
And it looks like
Seraphine.
Rammus has a 56.4% win rate against Viego in general.
Oh,
So
nice.
that might have been a deliberate bait and counter pick there.
That would be smart. That would be tier one level. Other picks we got with Con Viego on Zeri, a super fast champ, travel to down walls, and maybe the Seraphine could be a Seraphine mid or it could be a support. I'm going to guess support, but with Seraphine being able to hopefully slow down Zeri just a little bit with her E, whether it's doubled up or if Zeri's slow, to be able to do that. And then we have on Straight Out of Compton, excuse me, I said it again, Grompton. We've got Amumu, great for engage, double engage with the taunts and stuff. And then we've got
Uh,
Jin
is
on. Go ahead.
is patch 12.12 live already?
I logged into League right before we got on here, and I did not
Okay.
update today, so I'm not
Okay.
sure.
I think Seraphine is S tier in both mid support and ADC now. That is an incredibly meta flex pick right now. Um,
I,
we'll see. And the Amumu is kind of interesting because I had assumed that the Viego was going to clown Viego in jungle. But
That is
maybe
true.
Straight Outta Grompton is next leveling this and is going to play that top or mid.
Uh, mm, or
Well,
they
it could
could
be
be
a Mumu
going a little
support.
troll.
Yeah.
Yeah, a Mumu
Yep.
support. But I have seen Viego up top, and his Viego's ability to move around. I don't feel that he's a traditional top laner, but I think he does have a little bit of speed, and he can definitely get around the map as he needs. So it looks it'll be interesting to see exactly where Viego lands. But I do like the Mumu jungle pick and just being able to lock down some of these lanes and slow. If it is jungle, it'd be nice to whatever Pathfinder decides to get and how he likes to run. That a Mumu will be able to lock him down eventually and slow him down a little bit. Looks like we've got the Kale ban and the Malphite and the set. So we definitely that set's against Pathfinder. He played a set last week and had a whole lot of fun. Ton of true damage by the end game. And Team Eclipse getting rid of that tactical nuke of Malphite, in team fights, knocking everybody up and moving on.
And thinking more about it, I do think it's Viego jungle and a Mumu support. The Mumu support in this case is just going to be able to shut down incoming ganks pretty well, as well as provide some CC and area effect stuff.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
love.
Caspi picking up the Viegar.
Yep, two of our high. I like how two of our highest band champs are now live in the game. So that's fun. So we got some cages, we got some slows, we got Orn coming in, um, one of our main picks. So it's nice to see him still in the game, but becoming the old man champ in all of our matches. We still got one more band to go on Team Eclipse.
And this gives Team Eclipse the ability to counterpick top. So against
Definitely,
Ornn, does he go Darius?
he could. I did see in our Discord that I wasn't sure who it was, but I know somebody just recently got level 7 on Darius, so maybe they've been doing a little backdoor practicing a little bit, and so that it'll be interesting to see if that comes out. And there it is.
There it is.
There it
All
is.
right.
If there was a poll, I would have won.
And Talia mid's been pretty strong. Should be able to take the Seraphine okay. Should go pretty even, right? Both have good range. Both have good mobility. Seraphine's got a little more sustain, but Talia's got a little more damage.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I have not played against or with a Lilia very often, so I'm not very familiar with her. I know she has a lot of great slows, and she can pretty much just divide the team in half with her ultimate. So, and also use her ultimate to get back into fight really fast. So it's almost like a free teleport if needs be in a objective fight.
Yep, I've seen Talia in jungle, but I haven't played against one in mid yet. Alrighty. Well, we got a couple minutes here.
So,
Looks like this is it. Let's see.
so how are we feeling about these? Who do we think has the advantage here when it comes to the draft?
I think Straight Outta Grompton's got a little bit more ability to engage and start a fight. I like the zoning and damage coming out of Team Eclipse, though.
Yep, I definitely.
Between the Darius, the Jin, the Seraphine, they've got the ability to take some people down. And Ornn is the biggest tank there. Amumu can build pretty tanky too. But I still see Team Eclipse winning long fights, whereas Straight Outta Grompton potentially getting isolated picks. What do you think?
Yeah, they definitely. I kind of see the same thing. They definitely have a different approach to the team, to their strategies. With straight out of Gromta, like you said, the engage, um, and running a Mumu in jungle had you can build a tank of Mumu, so they technically could have two tanks there, and then where Team Eclipse doesn't have as much engaged, they're probably going to rely on the Rammus a lot, but just the slows and lockdowns between Vigar and Seraphine to slow everyone down, allow Darius to pull in and cut up, and just Jin sitting in the back picking people off like a sniper. There could be a lot of different ranges that they go, but in my experience, I feel that's kind of what it's going to be. As non-traditional as this looks, I think it's going to be your classic front line versus high damage and slows, and that'll be will be fun to watch and hard to keep up with in the play-by-play. So, good luck to you.
Thank you. Now, you mentioned Talia being able to split teams in half. One thing I've seen in past tier one games is Caspi doing some next level positioning on those cages. Like if I were playing Viegar, I would put the cage on champions, right? Around them, trying to trap them inside. He's actually zoned them to where they're in front of the cage and stuck closer to the team or completely behind the cage or split teams. So he's using both in the box and out of the box thinking on that cage. And I look forward to seeing the high damage team try to break those frontliners off from the three teammates behind them
Yeah, and that's
and
the
just
great
take
thing
down their
about tier
targets
one.
front to back.
Yeah, it's the good thing about tier one is that low level players such as myself get to learn different ways to use champs because with Vigar, for me, it's an escape tool. It's not an offensive tool; it's a defensive. Like, oh, I'm out of position. Here they come, and I hide behind it. And use it as a safety net. But being able to see them using it strategically to, like you said, split teams up and put people in positions for somebody else is definitely why they're tier one and I'm not.
Yeah. On that top lane matchup, it looks like Ornn has a decent win rate against Darius in general. It's about 50-50. I am worried about stuff turning in from 1v1s though into skirmishes where you've got extraneous casualties and Darius gets that free reset. Because we've seen that happen in tier two games fairly recently. And just playing against a resetting Darius is a nightmare. I'm not sure. I think that top lane's going to go relatively even early on, but then once those skirmishes break out in 2v2s and 3v3s, I'm a little worried about the Darius starting to snowball, which is, of course, one of Team Eclipse's big win conditions.
It is, but I feel that possibly with the Viego up top being able to take some of Darius's skills and talents and using it against him could definitely play in his favor against Pathfinder's aggression and using that using his momentum against them. So it's interesting how they've really obviously had a lot of conversations and a lot of chat messages sent back and forth, planning for this match um, to make it a great game, first great game this evening on a Thursday, Coach Rivals.
Yep, the resets on the Viego are, of course, awesome too. Um, if Ornn can tank that damage long enough and Viego gets in there with a successful gank, one issue is with the Viego though, the ganks get telegraphed, which I liken once to like an Evelyn charm where it's coming and you run like crazy trying to avoid it and maybe it does or doesn't work out anyway.
Yeah,
So I like the psychological factor of the Viego gank. Just everybody can see what's happening, but you might not be able to stop it. We'll see though.
yeah, it's definitely or the not or Nocturne. Obviously not in this game, but everything goes dark and you just run to tower and everyone starts shouting, "Not mid, not top, not jungle." You know,
Yeah.
that type of thing. But yeah, it's definitely a mental game because you can use that to your advantage of like, "Hey, I'm coming, but not really." And plus, which direction am I coming from? You don't know if it's left or right, so you kind of have to rely on previous call outs and macro of the game to make sure that you don't get picked and set your team behind by feeding into one champion or setting yourself up for a difficult 4v5 over an objective. But I'm excited for that. I'm excited for this game. It's going to be fun to watch. We got, uh, I've played with Bullet Games last summer. Poor guy had to carry me in bot lane as a support, but I learned a lot from him with that. And then Mississippi being recognized by that Decker guy, he's got a great program up at his school. Um, and I don't know much about the other players and their backgrounds and stuff, but yeah, I'm looking forward to just continued great team play and being able to see them do their thing, learn a thing or two, and see what happens the following week.
Hey, I noticed on Team Eclipse we're missing the last of the bans. Maybe somebody can fill me in either in chat or production if that was a missed ban or what that might be. Oh, it was a ban penalty. Got it. Okay. A little bit late. Hey, on the Rammus, I do recall playing early in the season and seeing the Rammus do some flash knockup combos that were basically completely unavoidable. Like you could be far, far under tower, doing everything you could to defend, and Rammus comes in at top speed and just flash knockup combos you, and suddenly you're dead. And I think that might have been Bruit early in the preseason games that was pulling that off. That might be fun to watch here too.
Oh yeah, as Ramos gets stronger and he gets tankier, any ability that you can use that's accented by a quick flash is always fun to watch. But
Alrighty, here we go. Let's get this thing started. Are we gonna see any shenanigans?
of course we are,
No,
Coach.
it's been spotted already. Wait, 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 wait. Has it?
That
Should have been
doesn't
spotted.
that does not deter Coach Rival Games at all. They still have it. They still said it. You know, we did see a little dancing just for a moment. They're there. They probably know that they're there, but they will wait this out. They do have a little
Yep.
while until things minions spawn and boosts are alive. So they may sit there and just kind of wait unless a unknown rogue vision is in there. They are going to go in. They're going to try to yoink dance.
And-
Oh, with the
so
miss.
close. Oh.
With the miss. And a good
like it.
emote. That was well done. But as you see right
Auto
there,
attacks and a thumbs up.
that's right.
All right, looks like Viego is starting top side and will be pathing bot. So we'll be getting cross pathing from the junglers here. It does look like red side got a nice ward on red. They should see when that's happening. And we'll see if that stronger leash coming out from, let's see, Team Eclipse is going to get their Rammus ahead a little at the start or not. Orin's already back to lane. Darius is faking back to lane.
And it'll be
Right.
interesting about the junglers of how quickly they do their clears and being able to get effective on the game. Are they going to jump in early with a like teaser gank just to apply pressure, or are they going to just stick in the jungle and work on just getting their jungle clears?
Ooh.
We got a first,
We got
almost
some nice
the first
CC
kill.
and poke. Ignite goes down. I don't think it'll be enough, but that certainly gets him low. Jin firing back has both of them down to half health. Those heals and potions coming back up too. Pinky top laners swatting each other. Health bar doesn't move a bit, but here comes the Rammus early. Burns a flash, gets the knock up on that Decker guy, and first blood goes to red side. Get your bingo cards going. First blood, red team. Team Eclipse. All right, and I like how that Rammus came in, realized they weren't going to catch the ADC out, and then turned that thing right around and got the support who was kind of covering threats.
Yep, definitely. And now they're looking at taking red, but we also see Viego going up to counter jungle to get their red potentially. He's sitting there quite a while, so he probably is there. But that kill did go on to Seraphine. The Seraphine's early game is really strong. She has a lot of good mix for AD and AP, so that's not necessarily a loss for the red side's Jin ADC, but it will definitely still help them. And there you say
And
right.
Brad, let's see if you can mouse wheel scroll out a little. People are suggesting might be a little zoomed in. We got another fight breaking out in River here. Ooh, and a flash is burned. Looks like the Vieguard gets away. But with half health, probably needs a recall here because Kiki is going to keep that pressure alive. Yeah, I do like Team Eclipse forcing potential for vertical jungling here. It looks like they're just stealing buffs and going back to the normal revs, though. Take it back. Seraphine camp in the bush. And nice hook lands. Let's see what happens with this trade here. Got the bleeding stacks applied. And flash is burned. It is not going to be enough for the kill, but that is going to force them back or put them in a pretty bad state. One of the two.
Well, that was a
Prime
really good
toughing it
play.
out, making it back to tower.
Yeah, that was a really good play by him, holding his flash to the absolute last moment, and just being in the right range, out of range. Really nice. So everything extended for EN. Flash from Jin, chasing
that might have
down.
been over aggressive by Demumu. Trying to use the bush here to at least get the counter kill and make that 1-for-1, which it will be. Oh wait, Demumu's not down yet. Holy cow, that was an outplay. That was excellent. And we've just lost video here, or maybe I did. Oh, okay, there we go, there we go. Wow, and then we got a gank happening in jungle here. Looks like Viego is going to be taking down Brute. And picking up the Rammus, and just kind of catching this wave here. Now that Pathfinder has forced Drake Prime back, and it should be back here any second now. Just catching the wave.
Yeah, that was definitely a crazy trade down at bot lane where They burned their flash. Jin was going after the Amumu. It looked like a pretty easy kill, but Amumu, instead of running straight, went headed straight for mid bush, which allowed him to avoid one auto and get his engage come back up and come back in. Seraphine was able to grab an extra kill, but right now Zeri is a little bit ahead of the Jin, and they can just focus on pushing and focus on getting that good CS and wave control. Get some vision up, and hopefully they're calling out a lot when they see the junglers. Vigar using his TP to mid, get back in there.
And that Amumu was playing pretty far forward there, kind of diving under tower. Took a couple tower shots to initiate that whole thing. But from that level of outplay and staying alive that long, getting 2 kills off that almost looked like bait to me after the fact.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to walk away from someone that has an eighth of an inch of health.
Ooh, and we got a Drake started up. Team is split. Jungler was pretty good about that. Bringing down some damage. And it looks like Straight Outta Compton is picking up some kills here. Attacking him. Will the Veigar be able to get away here? Looks like no. Burn the Blast Cone to cut that escape route. And this should be a 4-0 pickup for Straight Outta Compton.
Yeah,
Kind of
like,
initiated off that key R ultimate.
Definitely the great CS and going map to map and getting to level 6 that fast really helped them out. Pathfinder pushing off that Decker guy up top, willing to limit test a little bit, pull him just out of range.
And that kill is brutal.
Yeah, and unfortunately
Wow.
Darius just had a lot of bleed going on, and the Ornn just did not have the damage. He had to keep moving. He couldn't engage, and that just kept him in range.
And you
Or
can see that Drake Prime had done the math and was running for life like that. I mean,
Yep.
they're both level 6. How is that so different and so one-sided?
Looks like we have a pause going on. We're not sure exactly who the pause is for.
A summoner has reconnected. A summoner has reconnected. A summoner has reconnected.
But we
Not
we
sure.
honestly don't know what this is. Production is also saying we're not sure. But yeah, jungle efficiency is definitely important when it comes to that first early gank. And then on top of that, when you're talking about like how the damage turnaround or action is back now, but the damage turnaround, some champs have spikes at different spots, and really understanding what that is and your matchup can really give you the advantage when you have that knowledge ahead of time.
Yep. Looks like excellent vision control for blue team there after that fight too. Got one ward a little deep and a full vision on the entire lower river there. And this is not good. Sorry for the technical difficulties.
Well, right now, Straight Outta Grumpton has Prio in bot lane. They moved upriver and Zeri backed out to kind of pretend she's going somewhere else. So Lulu's roaming around, possibly going to try to do an engage on mid lane.
Yep, we're thinking about it.
But losing
Oh,
Prio.
that might not be the direction they want to run. If they get seen doing that. Oh no, here it
Darius
goes
hitting
again.
the ghost. Viego's
This time
there.
baiting it? All right.
Yep. Like-
Viego's psychological terror at least scares him back off. Does not want a 1v2 just yet. Ooh, nice root on the Seraphine. Going over the wall, putting some damage down. That was a good trade. It was an expensive ward. It's always hard to just run up and put one in there.
Yeah, and Clown Viego's doing exactly what he needs to do to kind of help his top laner out and keep them in the game by helping push up top and scaring Pathfinder off. You may not get the kill, but at least you could get the pressure off your laner. It makes them help build their confidence up a little bit, get their head back in the game, and do their thing.
And it is possible, it looks like, that Drake Prime might be experiencing some pretty bad lag here, which could be related to that solo kill earlier. I'm not sure.
That's my excuse, but with that Denver guy, it'd probably be legitimate.
All right, And it looks like red steals red. We got an extra buff on the Rammus now.
Yep.
Um,
And
we did
another
not catch
pause.
if Viego got the opposing one or not, and we do have another pause. All right, so game state at this point looks like Straight Outta Grompton is a little ahead in gold. Does have that first dragon. Slightly ahead in kills. Still wide open. You know, could go either way. CS differences are big in top lane, but pretty negligible anywhere else.
Yeah, we're still only 10 minutes in. Everybody at this level is pretty good. They're getting their CS, they're getting their pressure, they're looking to get the optimal itemization. Ornn coming in.
Oh, knock up
Pick
Fighting
off
River,
Pathfinder.
and they are bloodthirsty for vengeance now.
There we go. That really helped because the kill went to that Decker guy.
And
Looks
ulti
like we're
comes
gonna
out,
get a
ready to dodge the pot shots. Oh,
Oh.
3 for 3. That's an ace there by decisions. Not like an ace, but like an ace, you know, hitting the target at long range. Way to go.
yeah, definitely. You know, it's definitely hard to avoid Jhin ults from that close, and you don't want to. You just want to wiggle. And
Oh, come on. Decisions was hitting those at, I'd say at a healthy mid-range. Yep. The side-by-side juking, or they just run like crazy. It's always hard to decide.
Yeah, it definitely is. And you don't want to burn a flash there
No.
just to avoid one hit, unless it's the hit that could kill you. Then definitely.
Right.
But
That
Clown
fourth and
Viego-
final shot.
Yep. Clown Viego clearing the mid wave to get some pressure on that mid tower. Help the Talia out. Dropping
And we
Rift.
got a Rift Herald going down. Is that right?
Yep,
right
we
there.
got Rift dropped.
All
at
right. So
mid.
that's going to be a lot of mid lane pressure. Was anybody there to pick up the gold from that?
Probably not, but if they can get that tower, that's looks like we get another skirmish up here at top. Pathfinder pushing his way around.
All right. Bleeding's applied. Drake Prime retreats with a good chunk of health left still. Funny comments from Eric coming out in chat. You're probably right. Oh, and there's that 2v1 again, this time forcing Pathfinder back. Top lane is giant tug-of-war contest here. And it looks like that decision for Viego to be primarily split towards the top side of the jungle is working out just fine, actually. All right, we got some vision control going on in bot side river. Ward save lives, good stuff.
Yep, setting up for that dragon in the next 20 seconds.
Exactly.
Great job by Seraphine. Trying to get mid lane prio, it looks like. Bot lane is still kind of even, but pushing. But Viego is down there, potentially getting a pick on the Jhin.
And another fight topside, this time no Viego for backup, and it looks like Pathfinder picks up a second solo kill in this. So without jungle, it does look like that lane is starting to lean one way. All right, I think blue has this in hand. Straight Outta Grompton seems like they pretty well secured things. Jhin ulti comes out hoping for the steal, but is going to take some nice pot shots instead. The zone in. Let's see if it amounts to anything. That is a numbers advantage fight there with two members of Eclipse going down, both Bullet Games and Brute. So blue team, Straight Outta Grompton, kind of handily winning that dragon fight. And here comes the psychological terror that is the Viego gang.
Yep, and just taking that momentum of pushing on dragon, getting a couple of eliminations, just keep pushing. Red side is definitely.
I think that was Seraphine ulti burn defensively there too.
Yeah, definitely. Red team playing a little defensively, or having to play a little defensively right now because of blue team's push. Gold is going up, still fairly close, less than 2,000 gold between the two. But at the same time, that we still have a long game to go. We still got 6 minutes left up there for correction, a little over 6.5 minutes for next Rift Herald, and kills 10 to 7 still. Only one tower down. You know, 2 dragons on blue side. you know, it still looks like a normal game. Nobody's really run away with anything yet, just yet. But I do
Well, I
think
don't know. Gengarifith on the Zeri is looking pretty strong here. Already has one mythic built, is halfway to a second. Sorry, not mythic, legendary. 404 on the Zeri. A little bit of a bounty there too.
yeah, I really think it's going to come to like upcoming team fights, and I think if Red Side can get those bounties, it'll definitely help.
I do like how the Rammus there can take two camps at the same time, but we got a fight breaking out. Here we go. Looks like Pathfinder is in the thick of it with 3 people attacking. Rammus is trying to back him up. Does get 1 kill, but gets taken down in the process. Knockup from the top laner comes in at a nice long range, and they're able to get the mid laner too. Teammates are there to back him up, but the fight is over. It's too late, and they will probably be disengaging at this point.
Seraphine got that.
Bullet Team's throwing down the cages. Wait a sec. Bullet Games is dead. How did that cage come down? Was that from before they died?
Honestly,
I'm so
didn't.
confused right now.
I honestly didn't see the cage, but I really did like the bot side coming up to mid, just to kind of relieve some of the pressure in the middle, and save the tower a little bit. We got Viego moving up top to grab some CS, and looks like they're going to be switching lanes. Viego's moving up top while Darius is mid now.
Yep.
Or
At the same time, though, that mid rotation did cost bot lane quite a bit of tempo, with a
did.
nice wave crashing and completely disappearing against that tower by the time we get there.
Yep. So it looks like Viego and Darius are just going to be switching out again. They're just looking at wave pushes.
Yep. And here comes the ambush. Okay, they waited long enough for that one that they earned it. That was impressive amount of patience. Ooh, counter gank coming in though. Rammus not too far away. And it looked like Talia's got knocked off her wall of rock there a little bit early, but okay, so that looks like it's all that's gonna happen. Do you see him waiting in the bush with the ward there though?
Yes, definitely. They were definitely committed to what they were doing, and hoping that Red Side got passive enough to where they feel that they were gone and just kind of sneak in. So have a little bit of bush Wookiee antics going on right now, but they survived it. I believe they just dropped one, but they definitely survived. With the Talia ult is down, the Seraphine ult is down right now, but well worth spent so that be able to save lives and keep grinding and working on catching up.
And for those of you playing Bingo, that puts the Amumu dangerously close to 10 assists. Keep an eye on that. Uh-oh. Got a potential numbers advantage fight coming here. Although if you're going to put anybody out in front, might as well be the big old Darius.
That's true. He definitely did a great job at zoning everybody out. They did a great job at keeping him inside. It looks like they're going to pick off the Darius and take him out of the fight. Come into see if they can get another pull. We do have one. The Boo dropping. Good. Engage is gone.
Wow. And this is probably not going to be an ace, but it is at least 4 kills now. 4 for 1.
Oh,
I take it back. This is a quadra kill for the Viego. The bingo cards. Ace for the Viego as well. And it looks like they will be stacking their 3rd Drake of the game.
And that was.
And initially, when you look at the grouping, the red team was not far behind the Darius, but blue team basically had that nice concave around him and picked him off right at the beginning of the fight.
They did, and then on top of that, the Viego grabbed the Darius. I guess Spirit or Soul. I'm not sure exactly what it's called, but when they pulled that, he was able to have a pick to be able to do some pulls and spins. But the thing I was most impressed of that got the quadra kill was Zeri's range, and as Seraphine was trying to make a run for it, she shot the blast cone, and which sent Seraphine back into the danger zone, allowing the Zeri to get the quad.
That is some excellent wherewithal in a team fight. Sometimes I can barely keep track of which character is mine. Way to go grab the blast cone there. By the way, that does put the Amumu over 10 assists, so make sure you've got that on your bingo as well. And Viego is getting close to 10 kills. By the way, total kills 28. You got a minute 20 left to hit 30 kills at 20 minutes. I think that'd be a new tier 1 record.
So Ramus is up top, helping out the Darius cleared the wave, trying to save the tower. Right now, we do only have, it looks like only one tower down. That's the mid tower. Bullet Game is going to do everything it can to protect that from Kikiriki. I hope I said that right. It's not Q
Yep.
cubed.
No. Kika the Key, I think.
Okay.
Is that
sorry.
is that a not Robin Hood? Peter Pan. Is that a Peter Pan thing?
I'm not sure. I'm just glad you said I pronounced it right. So we have another
Oh,
Rift
you-
Herald
you-
dropped up top.
Oh, and that's actually trying to just get the Darius to stay there while everybody collapses. That Rift Herald
Yep.
is going to get off at least one charge here, and then they follow that up with get a second charge off here as well.
Absolutely. Vigar going to
If
try
I were
to
the
range
Vigar, I'd
everybody
be
out.
running like crazy.
Yes, right now he's just trying to get those minions out in front, even though it's got 3, really 4.5 with the Rift. Going to get the charge off, maybe one swing. No,
No,
they're able to
no.
save the tier 2 with, we'll just say 11% of the tower left.
Yep,
Very
it did
li- very
take
little
all
left.
4 members of Team Eclipse to the top side though. So basically every other lane is looking pretty neutral. Jungle's getting stolen. But Darius is back up here and running the game. Oh, but not before we had a very close escape by Brute.
That was a really unfortunate ult, like with the range that Jin had just inside. Still a team fight in jungle. Jungle fights are always fun. There's no way to go. It's just a face-to-face. Bullet Game does take down the Decker guy.
Yep,
So
he
there's
got
one
the
in-
kill.
There's one engage that's gone. Pathfinder moving back up top. We have a little chase going on, but I think it's mostly just to kind of get back in lane, grab some of that XP, try to get a little more map control, pushing their lane. With twice as many kills right now, the Strata Grompton just needs to keep pushing, while Eclipse, I believe I have it 2 colors correctly, need to have start to get a little bit get some towers. They're just almost at 8,000 gold behind. They don't have a dragon yet, and they don't have a tower, so it is really looking like a blue side game right now. But it is always coach rivals. You never know what can happen. It just takes one team fight to get back in it.
That's right. And we did almost hit the 30 kills at 20-minute target, so this has been quite a banger of a match. Always fun.
Yep, and as the season goes, it's going to continue to do that because these teams are going to get more and more comfortable with each other, and they're going to make game plans that are going to lead to their success. To their success, and it shows in Cinnabre in chat. Thank you very much for letting me know that is Cockadoodle-Doo. Like red side just clearing out some vision. Baron is up. We've got 30 seconds to his dragon. Maybe a
And that
solo
might be
pick.
dead. Yep.
Unfortunate as a solo pick, and on top of that, so now they will have a cage for this next team fight. It'll be interesting to see if they just give up the dragon or if they try to burn so the jungle is still up. But they do have the Vigar cage now to just kind of keep Eclipse off this.
I don't know how long that lasts. I think that might have been it already. I used back into his Diego form. But does not stop the kills from rolling in. Of course, Team Eclipse wants to contest that dragon, but is unable to do so. And that'll be a freebie going over at this point.
Yeah,
It is not looking good.
No, Amumu did barely get out of there, but Amumu did get out. It looks like Viego is down there going to grab Dragon. And then depending on, I think with Death Timers, I do believe Blue Side is strong enough to go up there and grab Baron. But I do feel like Blue's going to have map pressure before they head up there. I don't think they're going to be able to go run straight from Dragon to Baron.
No, I think they're gonna put pressure in all lanes, get those towers, get a reset, and then come back to that a little later. They have some money to spend.
Yeah, at this point,
Speaking of items, looks like we're getting 3+ boots on some of these guys.
yeah, definitely the itemization has been key. With I really like the I think it's Everfrost on Blue Side Jungle. After the engagement, to live off holding its place and get away.
Oh, fight breaking down. 3 versus Pathfinder. And I just noticed there's Predator boots on the Viegar. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Well, he is slow, so that does help him kind of get out. Red side is trying to contest, do their thing, but they just have too much damage inside on Baron, and they're big, strong guys on the outside, just keeping everybody off. Jhin stepping up, seeing if he can take out the Amumu. Got him. It looks like shot 4.
Yep.
With that puts a 10k gold and Baron. So at this point, red side really just needs the turtle to kind of hold lane and survive the duration of Baron, so that they live to fight another day, continue this match, and try to get back in as best they can.
Yep. And I do like the way that Decker guy was zoning during the dragon fight. They have died, keeping that entire team at bay, but they were never close to trying to steal that Baron.
No,
Always a healthy distance back.
Yeah, it would have taken a lot. It would have been very, very lucky and perfect timing in order to do that. But they haven't. Their items and their gold lead right now, they're able to just dole out a ton of damage. And red side just really Eclipse just really needs to play safe, try to get a pick someplace before they engage, and I hope that Strata Grompton makes a mistake.
By the way, if you're playing bingo, and we have had a Baron, we have a champion over 10 kills, and we have a 10k gold lead. So make sure you're keeping track of all that. All right, Siege coming up in top lane here. Looks like Blue is committing 4 players to it. Not a whole lot in terms of minions, but they might just try to smash it down faster. Let's see. Second wave coming in, that'll help. Ooh, and jumping forward to catch the Veigar out. And not a whole lot you can do about that too. They were playing defensively. They're way behind tower. And yet that burst forward is enough to do it.
Yeah, Zeri has her abilities are really, really long range, and the fact she's 8-0, looks like she's got Kraken Slayer and a Reaver, I think is what it is, and just doles out a ton of damage in one pop. So Seraphine ult coming in, Jhin following up, doing some rooting, but Jin's gonna have to just back out of that, unfortunately. Or trying to pick up the Seraphine. Zeri just too fast all over the place. Another Quadra. Looks like they're going to siege this and try to end it. Veigar going in, but that's really all you can do at that point of the game.
And that is the game at this point. Yep.
Yeah,
all right, well, GG, well played to both teams.
Yeah, absolutely. Great first game, great first banger. A little lopsided, but sometimes it's that way. Great job to everybody.
All right, and we'll be resetting here pretty soon with our second match.
Let us win.
Yeah, let us win. I like how eloquent chat has gotten. Excellent.
Yeah, definitely. So I think really that Strata Grompton had the game plan that we thought was going to happen, where take advantage of Pathfinder's aggression that he's known for, and pick him off here and there, and get him first, and then go after everybody else. I think that really helps help them in the morale sense. But the bot lane right there with uh, I'm sorry if I mispronounce it, but Jin Griffith,
Yep, Ken Griffith
Zeri.
and
I was going to say Zeri.
Zeri. Yeah.
Zeri really popped off. Had that zero death game and was just always in there, always causing problems, and just dumping out tons and tons of damage. That may be something we may not see for another week or two if they if he's throwing out that Zeri like that, and maybe Zeri gets on the forever ban list like Mordekaiser and Vigar and that type and Viego. But it was good to see some of those ban champs coming back in, and we have in their chat we got please ban the Zeri. You know, we always think 5 is never enough. You know, you eventually have to play both of them, but or have to play all of them. You know, with so many champs in there, and you only get 5, you're bound to get somebody you don't like. So it is unfortunate, but a great game, like you said, almost getting to the 30 kills within was it 20 minutes? And
20 minutes. That's my goal
uh,
here.
we may need to have some like different type of just random overall game stats that we start talking about as the weeks go on. Get some lifetime skill trophies and things along that line at the end of each season, and just look at overall records and stuff. But I'm looking forward to this next game of Bards of a Feather and Let Us Win. We're going to see Fixing Mantella and English Teacher going at it and
Yep.
talking trash all week, and I'm really looking for it.
And let's go to break. We'll be back in just a few.
Yep, get that water, folks. play
Yep,
off
we'll
of
do.
it.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Coach Rivals. This is week 4. Well, week 5?
Week 5, yes.
Week 5. Yep,
Week
this is going to
5.
be game 2. And we have Bards of a Feather versus Let Us Win coming up. Now, it turns out
Yes.
these two teams played each other in week 2 of this season. And at that point, Let Us Win came out with a victory. It looks like Will Win was on Lilia and was stomping around the map in conjunction with Vigar, played by a smooth criminal. It looks like they made life a real pain in the top lane for Kartike playing on Vayne, but just kind of it's hard to draw too much from just the stats alone. So it does look like it was a relatively even match for quite a bit of the game before it then slid pretty far towards Let Us Win. We'll see
Yeah.
if things have changed in the past couple weeks.
Well, I mean, after you play a team once, you kind of get a feel, and we are in week 5, so everyone's been able to watch video and see the champ pool, things of that nature. But just because Bards of a Feather is 1-3 right now, and is seemingly the underdog because they've already uh, fallen to Let Us Win once this season. Um, Last week, they had their mid laner and their support. Both of them were top performers, and so maybe they could take that momentum into this game. Plus, do you stick around and keep your players in the same spot, knowing that what happened the last go round, or do you think by week 5 they kind of figured out, hey, I think you are better suited over here. Your champ pool is better over there. What do you think?
I think I don't anticipate any lane switching, but I do think teams have changed a lot since week 2, both in terms of cohesion, practice, strategies, scouting. So I do think we're going to see a potentially totally different matchup here. And it looks like we are right on schedule for picks and bans getting started here in just a second. Now, according to Battlefy, we don't have all of Justin's stats just yet, but according to Battlefy, we do have English Teacher and Happily Zerg, both in a Battlefy leaderboard for the second part of the season, as far as KDA goes. Whereas Stones is coming in third, and he is for Bards of a Feather. So we do have some high KDA players on both sides, at least for fairly recent games. I don't know if those stats count for the whole season or not.
So
As according to Battlefy.
it looks
Oh,
like we
sorry.
do have some changes. Bards of a Feather. Last time they matched up. Kartike was top, and it looks like we have got the Coach Rivals Discord head-to-head battle we've been hoping for between Fixing Mantella and English Teacher. I would just love to have them in chat right now in the entire game, just hear them talking garbage to each other, so we don't have to say anything, and we would just enjoy that. But they do have some mixing up. We got Sones has moved down to support, and Ched has moved up to mid. Kartike has gone down from top, and Rogue Otters is going to be the roaming otter today with in the jungle. It appears that the lineup, if I'm not mistaken, the lineup for Let Us Win. They're going to stick to the tried and true 3-1. Look for top lane. It looks like we have a we skipped over all the bans, but two of the ones we want to see have been kicked out already. Mordekaiser and Vigar. No more Flying Bird. The Tark is out. Sinna's Yeehaw and Lucian is out. But it looks like they have matched up top with early picks of ADC. So we're going to have Jinx versus Ezreal and one of the top picks of Thresh coming in.
And we did see a couple of those target bans come out towards potential mid laners.
Yes,
So I'm wondering if
definitely.
that is a hot matchup this time around.
Yep. So it looks like bot lane's going to be a little spicy. We got two utility at tankers in there. Nautilus is going to go in and just take care of some damage. Thresh is going to pull in and hopefully cage. But both of those ADCs can put out a massive amount of damage super quick, take down towers super quick, and looks like a really good roam possibility if one of those sides gets rolling early.
And it's interesting who's not getting banned out. We're not seeing bans targeted toward Let Us Win's jungle. We're not seeing any bans towards Bards of a Feather's support. So maybe those are all going to happen round 2 here, but we'll stay tuned.
Well, I know with Let Us Win and Sones, their champ pool is pretty deep. They're super talented. It's almost difficult to you almost have to let them get just what they're going to play and hope for the best. Maybe push towards them. But at this level, sometimes you go off of your lower level players or your least experienced player on the team, even in the tier one level, and force them onto something they don't want. But we do have looks like a set and Ornn top match. So two brutes, one furry, one not. We have a Shyvana ban. We're looking over at Bars of a Feather. So the Wukong is not going to be spinning to win at all today. Sejuani is out. And we're looking at our last ban of
Malzahar.
Malzahar. So lockdown right there. They're not going to get stuck in there. I do like the Volibear. I like the potential for siege on towers and knocking out the tower for, I believe it's 6 seconds.
Mhm.
And going
And
going that way.
with Nautilus bot, it'll be a little harder to gank. So I do like that just general lane pressure and tower sieging as well.
Yeah, I do feel that bot lane's going to be a little casual when they're going in there.
Do we know, was Ched playing support earlier in the season?
Yes, Ched was the support player.
Okay.
He and Sohn switched for this match.
Got it. It's interesting to see the Malzahar and Viegar coming out as mid bans from a former support player, though. So it'd be interesting to see what goes mid. It looks like it must be the Syndra, which also makes sense. Very cool.
All right, we've got the Trundle coming in now. And the Ari, so it looks like it appears like we're gonna have obviously once they start switching around, it looks like Bars of a Feather. We have a good bot lane of Jinx and Nautilus with a top of Ornn, Trundle, going to be very speedy, running around, slowing people down, and just whacking them with his club, while Syndra's in the mid, just putting out tons of damage. And over at Let Us Win, we'll just have that Ez and Thresh in bot lane.
Ari
Again,
mid, set
probably
top,
definitely Ario
and
mid,
Volibear
set
jungle.
top, and Volibear jungle. So we have a lot of freezes, a lot of stuns. Um, who do you think by position? Since top lane's been talked about a lot, I will see all the action. I say we talk about all the action in game, but jungle wise, who do you think the jungle leans more towards?
I think you're right about the Volibear being there to crush towers and push an already winning lane. I think the Trundle's there to provide some anti-tank capability. Might be targeting Let Us Win's top laner, English Teacher, who is a pretty big threat. So I think that's a wise choice. I do think that both junglers are going to have a fiesta if they just keep pathing across mid, though. Between the two different sets of stuns and relatively squishy champions, either of those mid laners lands a stun, and the follow up is going to be there.
Yeah,
That's going to
definitely.
be a volatile match.
Yeah, once you get to like especially that first power spike in mid game, um, you can almost get one shot right there in the mid lane, especially with a freeze if you have somebody else around you. But just the sustainability up top and this durability patch, those fights are going for minutes at a time. Um, if with their skill level, I'm excited for this matchup. I really, like, I can't say even give it a good opinion as to which direction it's going to go. It almost feels like as who's going to have a better laning phase, who's going to get started on the right foot, is going to be it. But I think Bards of a Feather definitely has something to prove in this match versus not just against Let Us Win, but just in general with the 1-3 and also already losing to Let Us Win. Let Us Win has already tasted victory against them, so they probably come in a little confident. And I just hope it's a really, really good match. Do you think we'll see that 30-20 on this one, or do you think it's going to be a little bit slower?
No, there's no way this is going to be slower. Two hook champions in bot lane, two stun champions in mid lane, all squishy. It's going to be great.
Yeah, Coach Rivals Classic is everybody that early fight. It as sad as it would as it would be. I would love to see an all-out team fight at the very beginning of the game and see a full five-man sweep. That would be fun to watch. It'd be miserable to experience, but it'd be fun to watch. I think with Ari's being able to pull folks in and all the hooks and engages, like it. Uh, I'm not doing play-by-play. I'm just going to reply and respond and after the fact because I'm not going to be able to keep up with the action that all these champs bring to this game.
It would be pretty sweet to have 9 kills in 1 minute, just one person hobbling back to lane to tell the tale.
Yes, I want all of them on Nihilus or Thresh though. That's the thing.
Yep.
We need a
Okay.
support carry game for all those supports out there in Coach Rivals land. Us poor folks that have had to learn different champs in these different seasons, to what getting on new teams and stuff like that. Uh,
Yep.
See a good old fashioned support carry. That would be amazing.
Yep. And shout out to Bulldog Mentor for a pretty sweet game on the Vex last night.
I missed that. I was unfortunately hanging out in New Orleans, at ITZY, but I my Discord was going crazy.
Yep. Now, if they invade, does Ari take the Q or take the E? I think you rely on the Thresh hook starting out, right?
I Yes, in this case, just for the laning phase purposes, I would
You got to keep your Q or your
definitely
W.
let Thresh and Nautilus be the engage. The dangerous part with the Nautilus engage is that he goes in, and that's it. Like, he has to get in and potentially burn a flash out, unless he's a follow up to the engage and stuff. But I don't see Ari pulling her charm out to pull somebody in. Um, but I see a lot of shenanigans. Lovely, lovely, wonderful Coach Rival shenanigans at this one.
By the way, wisdom I have acquired this season. Burning a flash in an early skirmish is not worth making your top laner late to lane. Let the top laner get to lane on time. I regret that. Alrighty, well, let's see what else we got here. So I'm looking at some of the Battlefy stats directly off the site there. It says most kills, at least now, I think this is the second half of the bracket. This is not all the kills. But most kills, we have a three-way tie between Pathfinder, Ched, and English Teacher.
And we got
Each
two of
with
them right
12
here.
kills in the second half of the season, as far as I understand how this data got pulled. And then least deaths, we have English Teacher and Happily Zerg tied, both with 1 death, and Sones at 2 deaths at Bards of a Feather. So again, these teams are playing some serious KDA.
Yeah, definitely. Their records don't speak for the talent on these teams. To be honest, they are their stats are strong. Their talent is strong, and they're going to show that in this match. And I think this one's actually going to be a lot more spicier than the first one. First one was pretty good, but I think this one, here is going to be more of a thinking person's game, and they'll really be going after the best possible moment instead of forcing moments. I don't think we'll see a lot of chase downs. I think even though they have a lot high KDA on both sides, I don't think we're going to see a lot of chase downs. I think we're going to see skirmishes, a couple of drops when they run off. I think they're going to go after the objective and hold it and take care of that and fight for another day.
I disagree with you on that one. Just with all the hooks and the stuns out here and some seriously squishy champions on both teams, I think we're going to see everything's fine, I can't get out of it, and then just health bar drops to 0. So we'll see what happens.
We need a poll. We have
Yep.
a caster argument. We need a poll. Where's the poll? I don't know how to do those.
Yep. English Teacher might have a chance to keep the low death rate, though. Ezreal being incredibly good at escaping, and the Thresh Lantern and the Thresh Hook and the Flay all being tools to get the ADC to safety as well.
Yeah, definitely the
So
quick
Rogue
in
Otter
and
is going to
out.
have their work cut out trying to catch him. All right, and it looks like our game's getting started in about 1 minute. They're about 2 minutes into that 3-minute spectator delay. Hey, if you're in Coach Rivals Discord, stay tuned. At some point, I'm going to send out a Google survey. I'm going to try to collect information about the team that you coach actually at your high school. And we'll get some cool video clips together and we'll highlight a couple teams here for the league. It's very high on my to-do list. I'm almost there. So that'll be pretty cool. Stay tuned. Maybe a week at the rate I'm going. By the way, we have some great sponsors who work with Coach Rivals. One of them is Games and Online Harassment Hotline. If you've ever played solo queue and played the best game of your life, and then your opponent or even your own teammate types in chat jungle diff, you probably have felt that way at some point and might need somebody to talk to. We also work with WeThink. They run polls that basically try to build better team communication and build better teams. So you get data about how your teammates feel about you, how you feel about yourself, if that matches up and is consistent or not. And the data is all packaged in a way that's really easy to digest. It's going to definitely be constructive and not destructive too, because sometimes too much communication gets a little crazy. Esports gear, we're popping out the amazing jerseys, of which you're looking at one of the last year's editions. The New Year's editions are very much neon. There we go, beautiful. And I definitely recommend the gold tier base model. It has got everything you want.
Yeah, it is
And
definitely
then,
a good fit.
yep. Did I miss anybody as far as our sponsors and supporters?
Nope, I think we got everybody there. We definitely in chat. I would need to find out who in the top lane is going to get the first kill. Not the first kill of the game, but with all the stuff going on in our Discord, who do you think is going to get the first kill in top lane? It's going to be Pixie Mantella or it's going to be English Teacher? Who's going to get it?
We should almost have a no junglers up there until they've finished their 1v1 rule. Like,
Yeah,
junglers, leave them alone until they've settled it. Then you can go gank them all you want.
everybody just goes up the top lane like Earth and just sits in the bushes and just watches the fight while they're going back and forth, and then everybody just leaves and goes about their merry way. There we go.
All right, we got a couple votes for English teacher so far. I don't know. Hey, as far as sponsoring and supporting goes too, thanks for tuning in, everybody. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Twitch money ends up going to the Phoenix Foundation, which provides micro grants for new high school esports teams. So all goes to a good cause and supports everything. Yeah, top lane shall be an island this time. Not until after first blood. It's going to take some tower shots. That could be. Hey, now tell me about Ornn. When do the ornaments start coming online? I've never actually played that champion.
Neither have I. I just get knocked up by him. Unfortunately, I know nothing about Ornn. Even though I play top lane, he's not one of the champs I've picked up yet. But I'm sure somebody in chat with tons of knowledge can throw that stuff out there and let everybody know when that happens, because we'd
Thanks,
appreciate reading
level 14. And is it one ornament per level after that? Oh, and people will typically have mythics by then. All right, here we go. Game 2, week 5, tier 1. Let's see it. Any shenanigans? Looks like they're spreading out into a basic 5-point. Which is weird because usually those hook champions will want to do something crazy. Maybe they're playing it safe. All right, not quite your classic 5-point, but close enough.
30 seconds.
Yeah, and I think that was possibly part of the non-traditional start of Coach Rivals and doing an invade is the fact that both teams have a lot of similarities with heavy damage output, hook champions and engage and some escapes. It's just kind of smarter to do it this way. I am a little disappointed, right? I like a good invade. I think it's a tradition that we have here at Coach Rivals, but that's why they are tier 1 and I am not. So we will see when the early engages are going to happen, how soon our junglers are going to get into scaring off lanes and supporting them, and see this laning phase get underway.
Yep. And it looks like the volley will be self-leashing on Raptors, giving the red side the chance to bush camp. See that down in bot lane?
I do. Yep.
So they're giving up a strong leash for the potential to ambush here. I don't know if they're going to be patient enough. I bet they're poking the wave already. We'll see in just a sec. Chat's certainly not hurting the rivalry in top lane there. They're just feeding it. That's awesome.
Oh, we do have a quick skirmish, level 1 skirmish
Yep.
going on there.
And looks like it was fairly even. Maybe a little bit
Oh,
leaning towards red.
pushing a little
Ooh!
more
But there comes a hook, ignite.
with the
Follow-up
heal.
shot. Will that be enough? Will the ignite burn through? Not quite.
Ezreal hit that
Okay.
heal. That was very lucky, very lucky. Good strong push from Bards of a Feather against Let Us Win down there in the bot lane. Nice and spicy for level 1.
Yep. Health bar is coming back up slowly. Not quite willing to take the recall. So low.
It looks like bot lane moving up to potentially take on the or drop vision maybe.
Yep.
On
Red lands
on
the first
Volibear.
of many potential stuns. It's a little health back on the Ari, who was getting some early poke in. Of course, Ari's got decent sustain if they say that right.
Yeah, the thing I love most about this game, tonight's match, is that there are several champions that I don't play against or with very frequently. So being able to see them and see what their abilities are, like I don't play with Aries, Orns, or Lysindras very often. So I'm not 100% sure as to what they do. So I love this as also a learning opportunity for me to see some champs that I'm definitely not familiar with. But Fixing Mantella definitely pushing in the English teacher with over half of his health gone, but he also has low mana, the downside of pushing that hard, but getting some solid damage towards that tower early
this
could potentially help.
looks like a good setup for a cheater recall here. With that slow push and low mana bar, might be able to come back to lane with a nice item. We do see TP from both top laners and one mid laner too, so this should be a pretty mobile game with some skirmishes coming out after the 14-minute mark. First gank lands. Ari Charm does go down, Hook's going down. Bot laner's low, happily Zerg escapes with barely any health.
And I like how Thresh is just, it knows that hook could potentially be coming, and he just stayed right in front of his ADC to make sure that Nautilus didn't come in with that hook, but that Ez is playing a little feisty. All right, we've got Volibear coming
and happily
in.
Zerg, it looks like
he
he's
is
trying to
going
keep them all
right.
there just to keep Will winning.
Yep.
Counter gank coming through, and they need to recall.
They definitely do, but Volibear coming in definitely helped their bot lane kind of calm down and back up just a little bit.
Yep. All right, now we see the level advantage swing the other way as the slow push heads back the other direction. Nice bounce back. Looks like they did get that recall out of it. So Ornn is all topped off. His potions, more health. And it looks like they'll be hard pushing while Set tries to get back.
Yeah, and Ornn pushed pretty well, but if we look at the CS right now, Set's ability to clear waves and get maximum value out of the minions is definitely with almost double the CS. We see him back in. He already has one activatable item compared
It's a
to only...
spiked whip or something like that.
It is.
Builds into Gore Drinker, is that right?
Gore Drinker and their Stride Breaker, depending on which one he goes to. I'm pretty sure Set is a Stride. I think he's a Stride Breaker guy. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, definitely cleaning up SCS there. Pretty quick attack speed already for the Set. I didn't realize they were that zippy. That makes it easier.
Yep. All right. Thank you, Doze, for letting me know he can go either one of them. Sure, whichever one he goes is going to go directly against whoever's kind of leading to help him take advantage of the top lane. Not sure. Oh, we got a hook and bot lane, followed up by the Ezreal combination. But we do have a gank coming in. If they can just hold on long enough, they might be able to finally get that Ezreal with the health and the
happily
shield.
Zerg is getting out of there.
Excellent play.
Wow.
By Thresh saving the Ezreal, and then the gank coming in by Will Win. I did not say who got the kill first blood, but that was a very good start down there in bot lane.
Looks like it went over to the Thresh. Yeah, and well earned. That Thresh has been covering against hooks pretty well. Those two are playing well together.
Absolutely, his positioning has been very sacrificial, like a true support should. And I really hope Thresh carries this game. Got another hook.
Another hook.
Dropping a second one.
Oh,
with the flay.
there we go.
The ADC stealing it from the support carry, but that is okay. It's still early. We have a 2-0 lead right now for red side. Gold is also a little bit different right now with those 2 early kills. We were looking at all 2,000 gold difference here at 7 minutes, which really does help. I mean, the laning phase is going to be a lot. Nautilus grabbing the Thresh, but being able to drop down, move out, and also down his Lantern to get the Ezreal out with safety. They're going to have to back again. Right now, they're getting kind of beat up a little bit, but I think that once they start getting a little bit more build and more gold, they're going to start hitting pretty hard, and Thresh is going to get pretty difficult to losing his health as quickly as he is right now.
And that whole sequence of events was well worth denying the Jinx that CS too.
Absolutely.
She missed an entire wave while getting back from base there. All right, gank coming in. And counter gank coming in too. Oh, this could be that. Oh, English teacher ekes out the kill first. But it might be a 1-for-2 with the Trundle chasing the Volibear down. It's a 1-for-2, double kill on the Trundle. So, who won then? If English teacher killed Fixing Mantella first, but then Fixing Mantella's jungler got the double. I don't know.
I think team-wise...
Push camping.
So they caught out the Nautilus and they're flashing in. They're trying to go after him, doing slow pokes. Ez with the kill with the easy range. Thresh is making a run for it, hoping not. He really can't do much, but he does get in the way.
Very sacrificial.
Oh,
ooh,
double kill.
And that was actually. It didn't look like it towards the end of the fight, but that was actually Stones and Kartike camping them out, not the other way around. It just
was.
That Thresh was able to turn it for a little while, but not long enough. The damage from the Jinx is definitely starting to pop off already with the Moon Quiver and the
definitely
pickaxe.
End her speed, but Volibear came in after and cleaned up a little bit there. Was able to hit Jinx with his E barely as she was running towards tower, or trying to get out of the way of it. It looks like red side is going to let us win. Is going to take the first drag.
Yep. And I like how quickly our red team was able to rotate down for that fight. They both got there pretty fast. It meant that Ahri let go of an entire wave in mid, and is just now catching the tail end of that. There were quite a few minions there when she left, unfortunately, but I think worth it to be able to respond to your teammates in some cases.
Yeah, definitely. It'll be interesting to see which double kill had more effect for the blue side. When does jungle take really good advantage of that double kill, or does the ADC getting the double kill really help? Either way, both of them put out a lot of damage, and they are super speedy, so that's going to be interesting.
And do we have an experienced draft pad? Okay, cool. No worries.
We have an ult from Volibear taking out that tower, so he wasn't taking damage. And looks like everybody just kind of went in there and said hello to each other. They was able to take
drop the Jinx. Fighting going on in top lane. Let's hear it, chat. This is what you're waiting for.
Great hook by the Nautilus. Jinx ult just barely missing. Holding on, we've got Trundle coming in. It's going to go after the Thresh, who is low. See how much damage.
I don't know who's ganking who here. If I were the Trundle, I'd be running. There we go.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think with one teammate down, that's a good fight anymore.
No, it was a good try, but that Thresh was just able to tank so much of the damage and fend off the Ez, and Ezreal just put way too much damage out right now. Trundle's not ready for it.
Yep, and Ched taking down a Smooth Criminal with a nice stun, long range under tower there. Looks like the Volibear path through and is going to catch that wave and stabilize mid, but Ahri's going to have to take the long way back.
Yeah, with Thresh backing right now, they'll be able to push that lane and hopefully maybe clear out some vision. There's tons of vision right now down there in the river for the red side. Blue side needs to do some work to try to see when people are coming and try to help them push back ahead. Right now they're only down by 2 kills and just under 2k gold.
Yep, And it looks like they are doing that vision sweep. At about 2.5 minutes coming up here till the next Drake.
Yep, and that's really
Right.
good for Jinx as well because Jinx is getting a lot of that solo XP while Nihilus is doing his job of clearing out vision.
Hmm.
Set is going to be backing up top, giving Ornn a chance to kind of push. Right now, CS is in Set's favor, especially with the full item build. Right now, Vixen Mandela is still working on towards that, but they're still pretty close.
Ooh! And doing the hard work of vision gets dangerous sometimes, but it looks like we have 3 collapsing on 2 here. Let's see if they can turn this around.
With a fourth
4
coming
collapsing
in.
on 3. Other
But-
teammates coming in. Syndra might pick something up here, but I think this is going to be at least 2 kills going over to let us win. And was TP burned?
I did not into the fight.
Oh, it
maybe
looks like
behind.
not. Okay, sorry.
I don't think so. I think Volibear was actually in. Hold on, we didn't have to be moving there.
Yeah, no, everybody's got TP, so they just get there really fast. Oh, super low health there. This is where you back way up and take the safe recall. Yep, good stuff.
Yeah, let us win is doing a great job of knowing when to stop living dangerously down there in the bot lane. They definitely stay in it longer than my comfort level, but they're also a lot better player than I am, and so they know their limitations. So good on them of holding on to their lane, getting their push, getting their CS, and getting everything they can before they back and give up lane for a few seconds.
Yep. Now, kind of approaching the mid game here. Pretty much most of the champions are online, maybe a little while longer for the ADCs. Who's got better scaling in this comp? I know that Syndra is kind of a late game powerhouse potentially. Jinx has pretty good scaling, right?
She does. She gets fast and stronger. Set's kind of the same thing. You know, it all in all reality, they all it appears to me that they all kind of grow the same based on my experience. That they all grow at the kind of I think at the same speed. Spikes will be a little bit off, but I don't honestly I don't really see anybody outscaling somebody else. You know, we do have a top lane.
Little 2v1 there.
Yep,
Ezreal is coming for backup.
Set did push Ornn down. He's going to go clear some. Got Ornn pretty low. Going to clear some vision in the river.
I don't know. I think maybe between the ornaments, the Syndra, and the Jinx, if Birds of a Feather can keep the game close long enough, they might be able to pick that gold advantage and kill back advantage back up a little later.
Yeah, I think a lot of these fights, 5v5 are going to be a lot of fun and a lot of damage, but I think it's going to really be about the picks, you know, grabbing people and then changing it to a 4v5 to really grab an advantage. So we have Charm going out, pushing her away, saving a vision.
Just saw the Ahri damage there.
Yes.
This is the point in the game where the Ahri already wants to be fed, isn't yet, and that Charm is still dangerous, but I don't think she has the burst to do anything but like the squishiest of backlines.
That is true. Like mid lane has been kind of quiet. They've roamed just a little bit. They've been focusing a lot on CS at 136 and 142. Both have a kill. The thing that separates is the Ahri has 2 assists and has a full set of boots, corrupting pot still, and an accelerator. She's looking to slow some folks down, which goes great with her charm to come in and she can freeze them because they can't do anything. Lissandra does have her Doran's ring still with Luden's, and so just though you can see just the difference that 2 assists do to help Ahri put a little bit more power in it.
And she is clearing those backline minions with her first Q, which is always a nice point to be as the minions kind of level up. You want to keep up with that. So she has her wave clear realm ability. still, I see the Syndra putting out a lot more damage in both team fights and even in a 1v1 situation here potentially. We'll see. Like, let's see. Does a full combo get it? Nope.
No,
It's
right
only
now
about
she
a third of
is.
the health bar, even against the Syndra. So
Yeah.
I am worried about the Ari's ability to stay relevant besides casting up this charm. One of the I play a little bit of Ari and I always get frustrated kind of mid game, late game.
Yeah, I do like the itemization up top where Set's going a lot of damage right now, and the Ornn looks like has the Sunfire cape, so he becomes more and more relevant as the damage ramps up as he's taking in the fight longer, and that Bramble Best being able to put in some Grim Screws against that Set, putting out lots of damage. Right now we got running down Rogue Otters and a pick there. Looks like Thresh possibly will dropping the ult and caging, but again, the support's doing a lot of the work down there in bot lane.
Yep. And so we have one champion down on each team at the moment. Another little fight breaking out top.
Now you can really see there where the Sunfire Cape's really helping fixing stay in the fight as he engages on the stone while the
Oh!
here comes a knockup. We've got fancy
Knockup
feet.
misses.
He's going to try to run him down, but and it takes the Set down. I don't know, chat. Was that the fight that you were looking for? It was back and forth, a lot of abilities.
Yep.
And Fixing Mantella just, I think in that case, just waited for it. Just had to survive the full set, the full kit of Set. And once
I
he
think
did,
that
he was
was
able
the
to move
fair
down.
1v1 match we were looking for. No jungler involvement that time. You see another pass on Vision. Hey, look at the Vision scores on Zones. I think he's just pumping the stats. I'm kidding. The Vision's looking great. Junglers are no slouch either. Look at those Vision scores. Uh-oh. Good flash. I don't think it's going to be enough. Good stun. All right. Yep. That
Definitely
was an
unfortunate.
overextended mid laner.
You have bot lane down there. They going to go in, but it's really just setting up, clearing out some obnoxious amount of vision down there by Let Us Win. But that also explains a lot why they're 3-1, because they always know where everybody is, and they're dropping down good vision. Their gold lead is extending a little bit. Looks like we're going to see the first tower.
Yep.
Not first tower, correction. The top tower drop. Mid tower's already gone. Trundle clearing out the mid wave.
If I were Let Us Win, I would just keep right where I am and keep pretending to take Dragon and just keep everybody hostage down there. Because English teacher got some work done just now.
He definitely did. He's definitely a good split push. I like the fact that he I don't think he has to go Hull Breaker to be relevant up there against Ornn. He puts out enough damage as it is without it.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like the siege can't continue with opposition. Alrighty, so now we're going to see a real Drake fight, maybe. Let's see what happens.
There's tons of pings from blue side. Down
Oh, it
there
already
in the
happened. I
river.
missed it. Yeah. That looks like it went over to red while we were watching top.
We've got 20 seconds for looks like top up.
Yep. And
TP
Trundle goes
coming
down.
in.
A little bit of CC goes out. Looks like Thresh is down too. Low health bars on both sides.
Set ulting out, taking a kill. Looks like red side. Let Us Win is going to be able to go after that dragon. Now they're
Yeah.
going to be even faster than they already are. We thought they were getting the lane quickly to support their teams, but they're going to be even faster this time.
It looks like they're going to try to take at least one mid lane tower here while they're at it. Well, we are past the 20-minute mark. We don't have nearly as many kills this game as last one. Still only at 26 kills.
Blue team's turret
Yeah, but that was
Oh
really
yeah,
good.
yeah, bingo. Keep your aces going. Double check your drakes.
But that team fight was very very good for Let Us Win. Not only did they get the Cloud Drake, but it looks like they also got a tier 2 tower in mid, and they were able to take a bottom tower and get their minions all the way to tier 2. They really have a really strong control of the map right now. Blue side, Bards of a Feather, I think just need to work on making sure they've got good vision, making sure they're clearing vision, and trying to catch up in that CS and not get the last fight was a good team fight, but they have had a couple of little picks here and there.
Yep, and it looks like I'm underestimating Ari too with 4, 1, and 3. Clearly was able to clean up some kills that last fight.
Yeah, Ari did get a couple of those good
Yep.
team fights. Looks like we have Nautilus picked just outside on a 2v1.
And they're going down. They're not getting out of that.
No, Cardiac tried to help a little bit, but realized it was kind of not with all of them there. The Orange kind of stuck, but Orange also can good old-fashioned meat shield, taking the ult from the set into the back line. Orange ulting. Are they going to get it knocked up? They are.
This
Orange is
might be a
staying as much
repeat
as
of
he
last
can.
fight. They do take down the volley. They are
do.
pushing back the other direction a little bit.
Jinx is doing her thing and running everybody down, but it looks like it does slow down a little bit. So Jinx was able to catch up to the Ezreal. Ezreal being 8-1 with a 700 gold bounty. With Jinx getting a couple kills there in that team fight. Now at 5-4.
All right, so looks like we got both teams just about back out on the map here.
Yep.
Do you think this is going to be a call for Baron at some point soon?
You would have to think. I do feel. I feel yes, because Red Side, Let Us Win does have tons of pressure on the map already. If they can get the lanes pushed out, then they could definitely call for that. They have a gold lead of just under 10,000. They already have 3 dragons. They are pretty strong right now. They've got 3 players with bounties on them, I think they're going to play. I don't think they're going to play as aggressive. They're going to fight together as a team, because that's where they're strongest. While Blue Side is going to have to find a solid single pick and try to even it out through numbers, since they don't have it in the gold and KDA anymore.
Yep, we do see people moving towards both side lanes, while Bards of a Feather are staying grouped in a little flock in the middle.
Yeah, I do think they're just looking for
And
that pick. If they get a pick, I think they go after. They take a tower and potentially go after Baron.
Yeah.
But Ornn has
Looks
to
like
answer.
they're answering top lane.
They're going to have to.
Yep. Looks like the Ari's playing it good and safe there. Pushed the lane, got back out, reset, buy stuff, back on the map.
Yep. Bot lane is moved up to mid to gather the goods. We may have a good old-fashioned ARAM here in just a few minutes. We got some Let Us Win, a couple of players backing, do some purchasing, come back in even stronger.
Yep. It looks like the fight could be over the next Drake, for which Bards of a Feather is there early with good vision. Those assist pings were coming out on Ornn under his tower there. He's now joining the Drake fight as well.
Yeah,
So it looks like it will be a 5v5.
Yeah, with 30 seconds left, this is going to be Soul, and with no dragons on their side, I think Soul is very important. They have to take that chance. They have to fight for it. If they get Soul and their jungler survives, and they're able to still have another power, they could also potentially get a Soul Baron and possibly some towers. But they're looking for that pick. They are a little bit. Red side is a little bit split. They do have 5 man in the river. Volley is they're just waiting on that moment. Started dragging, but backed off. This looks like a good old-fashioned showdown at OK Corral. The red side has a great front line good flash by the Nautilus to avoid being picked off. They're staring there. Someone's going to have to make a move. Nautilus goes in. The fight has begun. We've gotten to the back line. Ornn has his ult coming in. Thresh holding people down. They are running down KDK. KDK is able to kite very well, taking out the jungler. It is so ult coming out. Some knockups. Red side looks like it's going down. One on set comes into the back lane. It's down to 2v3. Correction, 3v3.
3v3, total bloodbath. Let's go.
There we go. We got the Lissandra taking out the Ez. Is still a
Yay.
2v1. Where they are pushing each other out. A good old-fashioned bushwookie fight, punching and swinging left and right. Ched is doing his thing, but unfortunately, English teacher being able to reset with the health is just going to try to run him down. Wrong direction. They won't have Dragon right now, but they did win the fight with looks like 100 health between the two of them. Those are the kind of fights like that. That was great usage, especially just doing that fight inside the bush. You couldn't hit either one of them because everybody had vision blocked. But blue side's coming back out pretty quick. So is red. As we said, they're going straight for the dragon.
They're doing dragon.
Oh yeah, they're up
Oliver's
first because they died first.
there.
So they're gonna go and grab that dragon.
Oh, lucky shot aiming at the dragon, but it gets Sups instead. That was tragic.
Yep.
Oh,
I can't tell
it.
if they had vision or if they were just trying to. Were they just trying to shoot at the
No,
dragon?
that was an attempt at a steal.
Oh, nice.
That was awesome. Legendary.
Yeah, blue
Okay,
side looks like.
that's my favorite part of the game so far.
Is that on the bingo card? I don't have one, so I'm not sure. But they are dropping pretty quick. Ez is behind. They don't have vision with it just yet. We're down to 5,600, 4,000, 3,800. They are going to have to fight off. It looks like it's going to be a fight by the Baron, starting to regain health. They can be able to pick anybody off from Let Us Win. They did get.
You got a pick, and they interrupted the Baron. 2 picks, 3 picks. All right, that was a good fight. Those Baron debuffs are no joke. I like how the sacrificial volley bear, somebody told him, we're going in full throttle, gotta keep those fighters off our back, and sure enough, he just ran right through there, draw all the fire toward himself, and his teammates just come in behind and sweep it up.
Yeah, it's definitely unfortunate for Bards of a Feather not having, they were taking down the Baron pretty quickly, but they were just a couple of seconds too late getting to it after that heavy, fun scrimmage that we saw for Soul Dragon.
Yep. Well, we now have Soul and Baron buff and a 10k gold difference.
Yep. Red side, Let Us Win's got 3 bounties still. They were able to capitalizing. Somebody got 700 gold off of that Ez earlier. That was a huge swing. English Teachers has a 700 gold bounty as well. At this point, I think we got to get a little map control, even if it's just vision on Bards of a Feather. They are in a struggle bus behind right now, but I think if they play smart and they can kind of turtle up, not get picked off, and start building those items off of minion gold, then maybe the next contested Baron or Dragon can really help her out. We got Elder Dragon in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. We have another Baron in 5 minutes, but I don't like the going out into the jungle like that and fighting the jungle. We probably need to get some lanes.
You like the camping?
We are going to get a pick right here. Quick pick right there. Jungle takes out jungle, but it was a 3v1. Big ult coming in with Volibear. Stalling 2. Ez coming in good. Sonya's. The Ahri, she's backed out. They're pushing under tower, trying to pull in, but they're not going to go in. They're going to take a couple of shots, but they do have a lot of health there to give and risk Cheesy behind the tower dive kill, waiting for their minions, and when the tower goes down, they're going to push again.
Yeah, they have to give that up.
Yeah. We still have their bot lane still has 20 seconds when they come down. I don't think they'll be able to finish right here, but they can definitely put a scare in. It's a good idea just to back up. They don't have any minions at the moment. They are going to probably
Yeah.
take top tower and get another pressure there. Set looks like he's going to be moving his way down to bot lane to push that and really work out the tower and get full towers, level 1, level 2 towers gone, and really create even more of a problem than they already have for Bards of Feather.
Yep. And just take everything on that burnt path behind them. Just they back out there.
They did go out there and push the set off defensively, let the minions do a lot of the work. But right now they're just trying to clear vision. They've got to do that. They've got to work. They've got to go together as a crew. They can't just walk around by themselves. They've learned now that they just let us win. Our bush Wookiees, they love the hiding and the waiting, and they're extremely patient right now. And I think you can be right when you're this far ahead. Is that you can sacrifice a little XP, sacrifice a little lane control, and waiting for that champion pick.
Yep, at this point, I think if you are Bards of a Feather, you might just set some win conditions. You know, defend until 38 minutes. And keep the game going that long. I think that's pretty good. Not seeing an easy way to turn this around.
Yeah, they are committing to try to hold the tower, just kind of show a force and kind of slow it down.
Yep.
You have a skirmish in the bot lane for the ult coming out. Sonian by Ahri. Ezreal just staying in the back.
Ooh!
Folks.
This could be a good fight.
It looks like a good fight. Carter Case putting off a lot of damage. The Volibear is out, has to run. Ezreal is backing off.
And a 2-for-2 under those conditions, I think, is a win for Bards of Feather.
Definitely,
well
definitely a boost. They're gonna push forward. We do have Winions going on at the Nexus right now, but champs have to back off because of their low health. And this is the opportunity that Bards of the Feather needed to be able to push some waves, get some gold, clear some vision, drop some vision, and try to regain control of this game, at least from a mental standpoint, and then work on the gameplay. We do have Elder Dragon just chilling by himself. Volibear is back in full health. He's got his blue buff. They're clearing vision. We do have a TP from blue side coming in, so that helps them get into the fight a little bit early.
We have a counter TP coming in from red too.
Yep, they are pushing off. They're zoning off from the back. I just think just the damage output by Bards of a Feather is struggling to overcome the strength and durability right now from Let Us Win.
Right, we tend to see 2.5, 3, maybe 4 items against some full builds here almost.
We have a must-have fight this Elder Dragon, and that was a pretty...
Looks like it's going to be the ace.
And they're just going to leave the dragon. They're going to push forward.
Yep, that should be game. All right, well, hey, if you're a Carter Kid, make sure you go clip that long shot on Jinx. Smooth Criminal making the mid-game Ahri amazing. Sorry I doubted you. And well played by both teams.
Yes, it did not disappoint. It was pretty even and pretty strong for a while, and it appears that it just took like 1 or 2 picks early, and kind of funneling some gold down to and I'm glad. Hopefully, the top fight met everybody's standards as it was going on. You know, the camera work didn't go up to it. Client didn't think it was that important. It disappointed us. We'll have to put in our complaints at riotsupport.com or whatever it is.
We caught at least one of those in full glory there. But yeah, there are fights everywhere. Pretty good game.
Yeah, it really was. It was a very good game. I enjoyed it. It was make sure that we have Rocket League coming up this Saturday, I believe. We've got some matches going on Saturday night, so make sure you tune in to get those. We have week 6 coming up next week, and not next week, sorry, the week after. And then we will have more stats coming out as our fan favorite and other casting legend Justin does his thing on the computers and doing spreadsheets and getting all that stuff taken care of.
That spreadsheet is glorious.
I didn't have mine this week, so like I wasn't able to put out information that I knew could be it. But it was a good night. 2 great games. Best teams won. I loved the comps. I loved it. I want a Mordekaiser coming through. Is it too much to ask? Like really? Like just Mordekaiser? Like come on, y'all. He's just an Iron Giant. What's the big deal?
Got some good sound effects going for him too.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, thanks everyone for tuning in. Make sure to follow, subscribe if you haven't already. All of the proceeds go to Phoenix Grant Foundation. Check out our supporters. That was Group, Gamers Hotline,
And we think.
And we think. That's right.
Yep.
And tune in next week. All right. We'll see you later.